It is certainly grilling season. So whether you have a charcoal grill, a gas grill, a pellet grill, or even an indoor grill, you will love this recipe for beef kabobs. This has been a favorite in my family for years. What you'll need is some kind of meat that you enjoy. I'm using steak today. If you want a budget-friendly way to do this with beef, you could even use stew meat. You could use chicken, shrimp, pork, any kind of meat will work. Any vegetables as well. We're using red pepper, green pepper, cherry tomatoes, mushrooms, and red onion. We're going to use some Italian dressing to give it a little flavor. And of course you'll need some kind of skewer, whether it be metal or bamboo. I'm going to use bamboo skewers. So if you are as well, the first thing you'll want to do is soak those in a little water while we prepare our vegetables and meat. This keeps them from burning once they're on the grill. I like these skewers that have a handle on the end to make it easy to pull off the meat and vegetables when they're cooked. It's also easy to hold on to when you are skewering them. So check these out. I found them at my local store that has a lot of grilling supplies. So the prep work is the majority of the work here. So like any meal, if you prep this ahead, it makes for a very simple time once you get cooking. I always want to remind you of some food safety tips here. It's important to try to separate your cutting boards, especially if you can, or be sure you wash with soapy water in between. This piece of steak I chose is rather thick, which is kind of nice because it skewers well. But what you want to be sure that you do is not cut the pieces too large so that the vegetables and the meat cook at relatively the same rate. This is a portobello mushroom, which is a little larger than the traditional white mushrooms. If you get those, you should be able to get one whole one on your skewer, but I'm going to cut these in half. The onion's a little different, but if you just simply slice it this way, you can put a couple slices on together on your skewer. Now you can see we have everything cut up and we're ready to go ahead and load these items onto our skewers. We've removed our skewers from the water, and you can go ahead and dry out your dish because we're going to use that to put our skewers in once we've loaded them up. So we have our variety here in front of us, and to start with a piece of meat. You can do these one at a time. You just kind of go around your circle of bowls, push it all the way to the end, and then again, simply put on whatever you like. I like to put another piece of meat on every couple of items just to be sure that we get enough protein loaded. And of course you can repeat. Okay, once you have them all skewered and in your pan, I like to put Italian dressing over mine. You can buy any bottled Italian dressing. You can make your own. If you happen to have some of the extra za'atar dressing that we made a couple of weeks ago, you might want to try that too. So again, a few minutes before we bake them, up to a few hours, I would just go ahead and sprinkle some of this on. Got to get one that's under here a little bit. You don't have to really turn them or anything. It's really usually enough just to give them a little flavor when they're on the grill. You can cover them and refrigerate them if you're going to use them later, or you could go ahead and put them directly on the grill. Okay, so we're outside at the grill, and I'm just going to use a paper towel soaked in some oil just to sort of get this grill nice and ready for the kebabs. Not too difficult, just lay them on the grill. If you were here, you could smell the wonderful Italian dressing on there. So we'll just give them a little turn on occasion, and we'll watch them cook. Okay, put the lid down for a little bit. Now I'm just going to turn them over. Okay, as you can see, we have a nice little char on these. They're just ready to come off. These are just beautiful. Our favorite way to eat these is with wild rice, a little salad green, and of course a wonderful piece of crusty bread. You just simply take one. The easiest way to do this is to just go ahead and push it off onto the plate. Makes it easier to eat. So we'll have a bite as always. Wonderful taste of summer. You might be able to find some vegetables at the farmer's market that would go well. You could use zucchini. Again, you could use any meat. You could also cook these in the house in the oven or in your air fryer if you don't have a grill. Delicious.